Go do something cool. Go do like a backflip or something. Show the people what they want, Andy. Good morning. This is going to be a fairly quick training session. We're working on refreshing some basic stuff with Andy. She's back with me for boarding. And so I'm working on refreshing of her heel. She's having a little bit of trouble with that. Girl, she's like, she wants to jump, but she is denying herself the choice. And then we're also going to work in a little bit of recall and stuff. So the property I'm at right now is fully fenced in. It's 11 acres. That's fully fenced in. So I would like her to be able to take advantage of that. But before I can do that, I need to make sure that her recall is nice and responsive, that she's able to come back to me. And my hair is probably going to end up looking like freaking a Ronald McDonald wig by the end of this video. Cause it is, if you can see, it's super humid and nasty out here today. I'm thinking we might see some rain today, but I know for sure we're getting rain tomorrow. And I'm just using her regular good. And then she's also wearing her e-collar. Good. So the thing about Andy is Andy's nose that gets her in trouble. So I'm using my collar at a lower stem to just kind of make that sniffing and ignoring a little bit uncomfortable. Because I'd rather have the walk like this, where she is paying attention, and not off in La La Land. Because I think that nose is our shaking here. Good. Heel. Good. Heel. Come on. Good. And notice we snap back like that because I'm not walking anymore. I didn't do anything. Whatever pressure she put on the leash just stayed there. I kept my e-collar on at that low level. Heel. And then as soon as she decided to get up and come to me, I rewarded her because I don't want her to learn that sitting down gets everything to stop. Good. We're already looking a lot better than we did yesterday and the day before when we were working on this. Good. Sit. Good. You chew so aggressively. Heel. Good. Good girl. Alright. The heel's looking really good for her. We're still going to go back and work on it in separate sessions. So this session's going really well with it. But I guarantee you I'll pull her out later this afternoon or something. We'll work on heel again, and it's going to kind of be a little bit messy again. We got to go through a couple sessions of messy to clean before it just starts being clean. So we're going to do a couple practice recalls here. I'm just going to use the leash. That way if she doesn't come back to me, I can get her back. Again, this whole property is fenced in very well, so there's no risk of her getting out. However, I am not really looking forward to chasing a dog around on 11 acres, so we are going to avoid that today, just in case she doesn't want to recall. So this is actually a really good example of how I practice recall. You don't want to do one after the other and the dog's looking at you like this. This isn't a realistic recall scenario. If I'm recalling my dog, most of the time it's because something is happening and I need my dog to come back to me, like someone's walking, or I see like, I don't know, like a car coming or something, I don't know. But the dog is usually pretty distracted, girl, and like smelling stuff. So that's what we're going to want to recreate. And I'm also going to make sure that I'm giving her time to smell things because I don't want her to think that the name of the game is just go out and come back. And then my other rule for recall is if the dog is scared of something and they're investigating it, like Andy's a little bit of a scaredy cat. It's okay. If she's investigating something she's kind of nervous about, I'm not going to recall her off of that. I want her to have the confidence to go up to things and check it out, and realize that it's not quite as scary as she thought. So I'm going to go ahead and put her into a free. And then what I do from there, because usually the dogs want to stay kind of focused in on you because you just sat here and fed them for like, I don't know, 5 minutes. So I'll just walk around and ignore her until she starts getting distracted, which for her and her sneaky little nose should not take too long. Andy, girl. Rewarded my recalls, I try to back up. That's going to do a couple things. One, it'll trigger the dog's prey drive if they have any sort of semblance of prey drive going on. And it also makes them want that reward a little bit more. If you ever had someone offer you $1 and then pull it away as soon as you try to reach for it, it makes you want the $1 more. So that also applies to our recall, and especially when we got a little bit of a slower dog on the recall. Andy's a little bit slow coming back. She's not full sprinting, which is fine. But I can kind of help speed that up a little bit by going, oh, you're gonna miss it.
I got you $1. Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Andy, yes, good girl. And I try to flip her into the heel position if I can, just because I want her to get in the habit of recall into the heel. But she's doing really good with it. So we did a bunch of recall yesterday too, so I know she's pretty solid on it. I just wanted to check in case we woke up with a different personality today. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my leash off. Again, I'm in a fully fenced-in area. If you are not in a big fenced-in area that does not have random people, dogs, and vehicles going through, do not take your leash off. It's better to be safe than sorry. She would make an absolutely fantastic explosive detective dog. Nice and calm. She loves to sniff. She probably wouldn't be like a crackhead. Typically, if we have a narcotics dog, we want them to be fast and like kind of crackhead, you know? But for the bomb detection dogs, we want them to be really like thorough, calm, and just very, you know, check, 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 not like, that would be good for Andy. So, if her owners ever wanted to do bomb detection for some reason, she could do it if we got a little bit of drive up, which I think we could totally have happened with a little bit of fluff boss. They were a little bit of a chunkster, but that's okay. Andy, yes, good girl. Look at that happy tail. Good job. You'll also notice I'm saying yes, I'm not saying good, when she's coming back in the recall. So remember, good is my continuation marker. So if we're healing and I'm going good, 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 I'm expecting the dog to hold that heel. I know you're doing it. You're so good. Yes is my termination marker. So yes means you can break that behavior and come get your reward. When we're recalling the dog, we're technically rewarding the dog's active coming back to us over them being at us. So when I say yes, I'm saying, you've completed the behavior, then get your reward.
It's like a reward.
Technically, like, it probably doesn't matter that much if you don't have those two different markers. You could, as long as you have one that's pretty well charged, you're good. I'm just a little bit extra in what I do, because it's what I do. You can do, like, a 2 reward system, so I might do, like, super low value reward, like just they're playing kibble, and then my actual reward is something like chicken or cheese that's like really good, and then you can kind of throw the kibble out and recall off that kibble to your higher value reward. However, I only recommend that if you absolutely need to. Typically, if your dog doesn't want to go off and get distracted, then like recall practice might not be the most important thing you're doing. I would say look into more confidence building exercises. Andy, yes, good girl. Good job. You go, girl. You're the girl. So pretty. You're so pretty. Andy. Good girl. And I think she was about to pick that up and play with it, so that was a good call. So that was a good one to end it off. I really wanted to hammer these recalls because, again, I've got all of this safe land for her to run around on and get some good exercise. So I want to make sure that she has the ability to go off leash out here in a safe manner that I can kind of collect her back up if I need to. Plus, we can work on our heel off leash as well. So all of my behaviors, I don't want the leash to affect any of my behaviors. She should be able to heel off leash, sit off leash, down off leash, all of that good stuff. Andy! Yes! Good girl. Whether or not the leash is on her, that should not make a difference. Free. And I have not had to use my e-collar at all for these recalls, so she is doing phenomenal with that. So I think our next session today, it'll probably be, it's 8 a.m. right now, so it'll probably be like 10. I'm going to give her like a good bit to chill out while I eat some breakfast because I'm hungry. I'll probably do like a little walk all the way down to the end of the property, which is where those big trees are, and back with the heel. Andy! Looking for trouble over there in the ditch. Girl. Free. We'll probably do a heel walk down and back off leash, and give her some frees in between to run around and stuff. I also want to make sure she's getting a good amount of physical exercise. As I said, she's a little bit fluffy right now. So while she's with me, I'm going to try to help her get some muscle going, hopefully drop a little bit of some of that extra fluff, just get her into a little bit of a beast, a little mini beast. So that's it for the video. Andy's doing great. Andy! Yes! Good girl! Yeah, happy girl. That was a really nice recall. So yeah, we're all done, and we will see you guys in the next one.